Okay, here's how to play Codenames on a website called pizzacade.com. So you click on Codenames. Here you can see there's some rooms in the feed that other people are playing. Obviously, there's 0 people in each room, so no one's currently playing. But if there were people there, you could click on Join the Room. You could also put in a room ID if you're playing with a friend and click on Join Room, and you would be able to join your friend's room. You could click on Join a Random Room, which would put you into any random room. And then you could click on Create Room to create a new room. So if you wanted the room to be sometime in the future or the game to be sometime in the future, you could click on that button and arrange it, schedule it. If you want to, obviously, so let's just say we're going to play now. So we'll keep it that way. You could select the number of players you want, and then you could keep it public if you want the room to be public. If you want it to be private, you can just toggle to private, and then you would get a room ID, and you could tell people to join that way, and it would not show up in the public feed, or it will, but people won't be able to join it without the room ID. Anyways, I'm going to show you first how the room looks. You could turn off the webcam. I'm going to show you first how the room looks for Spy Master, which is basically the person who gives the hints. So here you have a board of cards, and each card has one word on it. The Spy Master gives one-word clues. He'll just say one word and a number associated with it, which means how many cards are associated with that one-word hint, right? And then his team has to guess the words associated with his clue, right? So here's how it looks like for the Spy Master, right? So let's say the Spy Master's on the blue team, so he would want to give hints that are associated with the blue cards, right? And the goal is to get all 9 cards for the blue team, and for the red team to get their 8 cards. The blue team has 1 extra card because they go first. Anyways, so he might want to say war as his hint, because that would associate spy, nurse, and maybe spike, maybe parachute, and maybe ace for a fighter pilot. So he's not sure how many they're going to guess. So he wants to do the more, let's say, certain ones. So he might say, let's say parachute, spy, and nurse are the most obvious ones for war. So he may say war 3, and then the blue team has to guess those cards without seeing them. So they may guess the wrong one. If they guess, let's say, spy and parachute, then those 2 will turn blue. And let's say after that they guess randomly, let's say white, thinking of a white flag. So that card will turn neutral color, and then it will become the red team's turn. If the blue team guesses on a red card, for example, let's say tap, then the card becomes red, and it's the red team's turn. If they guess angel, they think, oh, people will die in war and become angels or whatever, then the game's over. So you really need to they lost. You need to stay away. The Spy Master has to give clues that aren't associated at all with that word, so his team doesn't make a mistake. And also, look, I made a mistake when I said war, because war 3, maybe they would guess medic, and then it's the red team's turn. So that's the Spy Master's job, to make sure that the clues he gives can't be associated with the other team's cards. The neutral cards aren't such a big deal. Anyways, let me show you new cards again. So for example, let's say the blue team's turn. Well, it's the red team's turn first. So let's say I'm on the red team now. The Spy Master gives a clue. He says, let's say, I'm just going to make it up because I can't see what the cards are, what color each card is. So let's say, he says play 2, right? So the red team might guess musketeer and puppet. So let's say puppet. Coincidence, it's lucky, it's red. Oh, neutral, so it becomes the other team's turn. And one other rule is that every turn you can guess 1 extra word for past clues that you missed. And you could use that to guess an extra word.